We have to keep our eye focused on Jesus. Could elaborate on that because he was the race. We had what you call the Isthmian Games that took place in current Greek-speaking city, and not too far from there, they have the Colosseum where they played games as what they call chariots racing. Gymnastics took place, music, there was poetry reading, wrestling, boxing, and running. The winner of these particular games would receive a wreath made of pine leaves. They also would receive remission of taxes. That's good. They would receive fame of some kind of recognition and celebration period for their accomplishment during the particular marathon that they was going through and involved in at that time. The person was either led through the street or they gave them some kind of respect for being a winner in a race, winner in the boxing game, whatever. Paul says here that the saints were told to lay aside every weight and the sin which does so easily beset them. That sin that is so easy to get a saint in trouble. He said, work on getting rid of that. Just work on staying away from it. Build that area up so that it don't pull you back down. And once you do that, he said, then there are weights. So in this particular game that they had, like you have the winter games in certain parts of the country, and then sometime outside of the country, the runners be running to win the race. Some win, some do not. And those that win, they are honored, they are respected, they are celebrated. Today in our society, they give contracts to people who become a gold winner or something, and they make money by endorsing certain products of a company. And it is important that we understand that those are only earthly accolades that we have to have. But God wants us as saints of God, now that we're in the Christian race, we are to run this race with patience. It takes time to walk with God. You don't live this life overnight. It takes time to walk with God. It takes time to live holy. It takes time to learn how to live holy. It takes time to learn how to walk upright before God and to be a lover of good men, to do positive and good things. It's important for us to understand that while we are in this Christian race, this is one of the things that we have to do. We have to understand that we have to prepare our bodies so much so that we're able to stay in this race. The Bible said we have to lay aside every weight and the sin. Now, the weight are things that are not sin, but they can hinder your walk with God. They can hinder your journey with God. There are things that could be someone that you know that's perhaps not saved, or someone in your family, whatever, that's a hindrance to you. You can't progress the way you want to because these people are in your life hindering you from doing what God wants you to do. It's important for us to understand that if we are in this race, we got to lay aside every weight, everything that's going to hinder us from progressing and doing what God wants you to do. They also had wrestlers in that particular field. When they had those games, they had wrestlers, Deacon, and those wrestlers would prepare themselves for wrestling with another opponent. And they couldn't be real big and out of shape. They had to be in shape because they had to get in that ring, and then they had to tussle with the other guy, and they had to be fit to be able to defeat the other guy if they could. You also had what you call boxers. The boxers would have on leather gloves, and these leather gloves would fit the hand. And then it's not like the gloves we have today. Those leather gloves on the outside would have like your little balls inside would be stones and steel spikes. And those spikes could cut another opponent and hurt him real good. So you have to get ready to fight. So the opponent that got in the ring to box with the other boxer, he knew that if I don't get my lick in first, he's going to knock me out. He's going to cut me with those things that he got on his glove. So I got to be prepared to know how to fight him and how to deal with him. Because all he had to do is get one good lick, and that's it for me. You see, they don't have those things with stones on your gloves now and sharp points sticking up out of them now. You can't fight like that now. But then when you got in there and you beat somebody, you were celebrated because you had to be real good to beat somebody like that. And when we look at the situation today, saints of God, when we're out here in this Christian race, we have to stop and say, you know, I got something that's hindering me. I can't seem to get in line like I really want to get in line with God. Something is hindering my progress. What is it? It's something that I love